shadows where justice burns. Tiff and the Punisher. Rise. Street lights flicker, the city's on fire. Tiff walks the line with a cold desire. Punisher's shadow, the hammer falls hard. No mercy for evil, they're playing their card. Through the alleys of pain and the rivers of blood, they hunt down the guilty, they're the judge and the flood. But every war needs a mind that can see, a voice in the chaos that cuts to the core. Tiff and the Punisher carving the night, punishing sinners beneath the pale light. Becca steps in with that smart-ass grin, brainiac queen, always right from within. She's figuring out the world one fact at a time, calling out the lies with a razor-sharp mind. You think you're clever? Watch me prove you wrong. Becca's in the mix, and the truth marches on. Becca's the spark in the tactical storm, smart-ass remarks that keep the whole team reformed. Equations and evidence, she's cracking the code, while the Punisher's bullets write the final ode. Tiff holds a line with the fearless command. Together they're unstoppable, a punishing band. Becca won't rest till the puzzle is solved. She's right every time and the problem's resolved. When the world's gone mad and the answers won't bend, she'll dissect the chaos and break it again. Smart-ass brainiac, queer the fight. Tiff and the Punisher on the night. Tiff and the Punisher carving the night, punishing sinners beneath the pale light. Becca steps in with that smart-ass grin, brainiac queen, always right from within. She's figuring out the world one fact at a time, calling out the lies with a razor-sharp mind. You think you're clever? Watch me prove you wrong. Becca's in the mix, and the truth marches on. Tiff and the Punisher. Becca's got the answers. Justice never sleeps.
¡Órale! Desde Maine hasta el cielo, Tiff y el castigador. ¡Feliz 5 de mayo! ¡Vamos a luchar por las familias!
In the pine trees of Maine, where the cold winds blow, Tiff y el Punisher rising, listos para el show.
CPS, corruptos, stealing kids in the night, pero nosotros gritamos, no more lies, no more fright.
From Portland harbors to the lakes up north, valientes en la lucha, we stand strong back and forth.
Castigador, justice in his eyes.
Tiff leading the fight under these northern skies. Ay, 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 Tiff y el Punisher, fighting for our families con honor y poder.
5 de mayo, spirit flowing through our veins.
Abolish CPS.
In Maine we break the chains.
Órale. Constitution in our hands, we march and we roar.
Exponiendo la corrupción from door to door.
Mariachis tocando, el ritmo never stops, like Pancho Villa con el fuego que no se apaga.
Podcast en rallies,
Armas de la verdad,
reuniting families.
esa es la realidad.
Por los niños inocentes, por la justicia we demand. 5 de mayo reminds us.
El pueblo nunca se rinde, mi hermano.
From the coast of Maine to every town and farm.
Tiff y el castigador.
We sound the alarm.
Ay, ay, ay. Tiff y el Punisher, fighting for our families con honor y poder.
5 de mayo spirit flowing through our veins.
Abolish CPS.
In Maine we break the chains.
Órale, familia.
Que viva la libertad.
Tiff and the Punisher.
La verdad triunfará. Viva Tiff, viva el Punisher.
Viva las familias en Maine.
5 de mayo forever.
In this fight we remain.
Hasta la victoria siempre.
Tiff and the Punisher.
Arriba Maine.
Oh, you are so funny. Say hi, Cairo. I did.
Man, right there he is, my big man. What's up, big man?
He's drawing.
He's celebrating Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Yes. Make sure if you're out celebrating Cinco de Mayo, you don't tell the CPS. You know, I want them to know. Good Lord Almighty. Well, Tiff, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Same to
Hey,
you.
Just I didn't put the Virginia stuff was right after when it clips out, so that stinks that you didn't get to hear the Virginia part. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I didn't do too bad right there. That was good.
That
I don't know
was
what they
good.
said. I don't know what they were saying, but it was good. I got corruption. I understood that part. They said corruption.
Yeah. Cairo was
Yeah.
dancing.
Oh, good. That was good. That's good stuff. Well, I guess Becca's not coming in tonight. I guess she's not ill. So, I mean, she is ill. So, tonight we do not have any Becca. So she missed the Cinco de Mayo with us. So,
Yeah.
well, Lord Almighty, since Becca's not here, what are we going to talk about? Yes, I will do that, Alicia. Let's see here. We wanted to call someone. Oh, what were we just talking about? We were just going to talk about something on the show. But I don't recall what it was now.
You were supposed to call that lady.
Oh,
see if
what
she
about
wanted to come
today?
on.
Tell everybody about today.
Oh, so today, she did get her child home. So I don't know how it is in other states, but I do know one thing about Virginia. If a child is in school and there's a custody hearing going on, two things will happen. If it's not a winter break, like for Christmas, where we have like a 3-week period, they'll wait for a winter break for the child to go to the other parent. Or if it's after winter break, they wait until school is out. So school gets out here like the 28th or 29th, I don't know, soon. So after school is released, the child is going home because he's in a different school district. He's not at the same school he was.
Woo! It's going home, baby.
So,
yeah.
all restrictions have been lifted. She can
Tell him
go
what-
pick
tell
him
him.
up.
Tell him again what he said. Tell him again what Pat said. What did Pat say? I love this.
Pat said, don't forget you are out of her life.
I love it.
Period.
Uh-huh.
And Pat
That
McGraw, we love
Uh-huh.
you.
Yep, Pat McGraw, baby. Yeah, so that's freaking awesome. I'll give another little thumbs up for that. There we go. I found these little cool things. These are pretty nifty.
I
It's got a
see.
little rain cloud on me.
Oh my.
Oh, and when I'm in love, you can have all little hearts. So nice.
Aw, now you just have to have Mary sitting beside you with the hearts all over you.
That's the one that she likes.
Yeah,
No,
imagine that.
Darren. Darren, no. That's what I get. Yeah, that's
Um,
freaking awesome. So another one home. That's a half a dozen at least since the beginning of the year.
and
Um,
hopefully another one will be coming home by July. I'm hoping. We'll have to see because there's a lot going on with her case. I can't talk about it right now, but
mhm.
her case will probably get continued one more time. And then her case will be baby home, case closed. Um, so hopefully that one will be next. And then I'm working with another girl who also has Pat, and I'm hoping that all three of her kids come home.
Oh man, that's
Um,
awesome.
so we'll see what happens. But
We need to
so
get
far,
Pat in there making some damn webinars for us or something, you know?
well, hell, we just need to get Pat on, but he's so busy. He's like a one-man band. Like he's playing the drums and the guitar and the bass and all and
Mariachi
the
band.
keyboard.
Yeah, he's like a little mariachi band of his own.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
That's so good. That is so good. It's exciting for people. It's exciting for people because it gives them hope, right? Like hope is what we need. Hope is what we all need to have, and you can't lose hope. There he is,
no,
little man. You
he's
know, like
dancing.
yes, he is. That's doing the mariachi dance, and the little pinata is falling. I'll give him. I think he likes these right here. He loves it. Confetti falls. Oh, it's just people got to have hope. That's it. You can't go around stealing people's hope. Um, and that's what we got. Um, Alicia, you want to come on and update everybody to what you've been doing? You're out there. Do you want to come in and shoot the breeze with us for a minute? If you have a second, you come in here and tell everybody because she's been doing a lot of stuff too. She's got all kinds of bills and things going and things I'm not supposed to talk about or can't talk about. I was supposed to be able to tell you about it, but I forgot to tell you about it, Tiff. So
That's okay.
I'll remind me of that later and I will tell you. But if you want to come in, Alicia, because you got a lot of cool stuff going. She even has a badge.
Wow.
Yeah, she's got a badge. So yeah, Alicia, if you want to come in, please do. I'll put the link up. You can pop in if you'd like. Give everybody an update. I'm sure they'd love to hear from you.
Um,
Uh,
tomorrow, reach out to her and see if we can get that lady on the show because her
yeah,
TPR is on Thursday.
I know. I hope she does well, guys. Keep your prayers, keep your minds, and keep your prayers for her. 'Cause that's a big day for her. She's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Just like Debbie's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine with Debbie too. We got to keep putting that out in the atmosphere, guys. That everything's gonna be fine. Don't let the universe kick our asses. We're a
Yeah.
positive. We're a positive little unit here. So yeah, if anybody else wants to step on in too, please feel free. Hit up that link. Come on in and tell us what's going on with yourself. It's that kind of night. Danielle, if you want to come in, pop in and give us an update too about your son. What's going on with that? You know how to get in here. Please come in and give everybody an update. That'd be really cool. Please. Hopefully it's positive things. Hopefully someone knows something. Like I said, he's out there. He's having a good time. He's just enjoying life right now as he's never before. And you'd be ready to come home when he's ready. So, God, he's starting to look like a little man. You get that little mustache on him. All right. Well, what do we got going on in the CPS world? What do we got? Anything good? You hearing anything positive? You hearing negative things? What's going on? You know anything at all, Tiff? Should we go to the movies?
Yeah, let's go to the movies.
Let's go to the movies. Let's try the TikTok theater. Let's see what we got on the TikTok theater. Yeah, until someone comes into the box. Let's see. Oh, it's Sam, right when we pulled up. Look at that. Perfect. Just in time. There's our Sam right here. Perfect. Right when I pulled it up. Boom. Hello, Sam. Let's see what Sam has to say. Let's get some volume on her.
Was arrested twice for abusing 2 children. The county court judge ruled that the charges against Denise Webb, a case manager at Families First Network here in Pensacola, Florida, who was arrested twice for abusing 2 children, 2 separate incidences at her office at Families First Network inside her cubicle at Lakeview Avenue, Pensacola, Florida. A judge in Escambia County decided that these charges would be dismissed if she completed a certain number of anger management classes. That is not okay with me, and I'm wondering why Families First Network has yet to explain what happened or reassure us citizens. Tell us about some safeguards that are being set up to make sure that these things don't happen. Families First Network is intertwined with the Department of Children and Families, DCF, that makes up our county's child welfare system, FFN, DCF, Lakeview Group, and our county's, or our state prosecutor. They all owe us an explanation, I feel like. And also the reassurance to know that this case manager, who wasn't fired, FFN did not fire her. It was reported that she resigned. I think each and every one of us deserve some reassurance to know that this case manager, Denise Webb, will never work with children again. I think an open investigation and audit into Families First Network is more than fair, but so far FFN has been completely silent. And we deserve answers. We deserve to know who is taking care of our children. These are children who have been removed from their home and their families and everything familiar to them for supposedly being abused, placed in state's care, where Families First Network case managers are physically abusing them more than once. There was witnesses. The police got involved. I read the police reports. This woman physically abused, choked, and stomped on children.
Jesus Christ.
And Families First Network is being silent. They even went as far to not show Denise's Webb mugshot when the story came out last year to protect her. Why are we protecting a child abuser? Why aren't we protecting the children? I've lived in Escambia County my entire life, and I know I personally would like some answers. I have a Facebook group, Parents Protecting Children from DCF. Over 300 members I know would like some answers. I'm pretty sure every tax-paying citizen in Escambia County and neighboring counties would like some answers. So, FFN, DCF, Lakeview, State Attorney's Office, what are the answers?
That's good stuff right there. Sam, nice work. Call him out on that stuff. That's some real horse shit right there, Tiff.
Is she still doing her shows?
She is not. She's doing some other things. She said she's going to come back in time for time and do some fill-in stuff. But you know, like that's good work on her part, calling these people out. And we need more of this. We need more of this stuff. We definitely do, because there's so much of this stuff going on. People need to be aware and be paying attention to this stuff. Let's see here.
Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Did you do this?
That's the,
You want to know something about them people that cry easy?
here, we got to find. We got to do a search here. Sorry, Sam just popped up on my thing. Linda, God only knows what kind of things I look up on TikTok. Let's see what we got. CPS.
That's scary.
Yeah, it is. It certainly is. Oh my. We'll start here.
Tom?
Yeah.
I'm here about a child named Abigail.
Okay.
Is that one of your children?
Oh, I have questions for you.
Okay, sure.
What are you here for?
My name's Jessica Langley. I'm a social worker with Tulare County Child Welfare Services.
Uh-huh.
So I'm here today because we received a report with some worries. And
About?
no, but I need to
But that's what we're going to talk about. Whatever you're here for, it's lies. Okay, you guys come here unannounced without my family here. That's unethical. So, but where do you live?
I don't share my personal information.
Well, why are you here? You didn't talk to us or anything. We never gave you any permission to talk for us.
I work for Child Welfare Services.
That's right.
I've never been here before.
Well, that's what we're going to do. Can you please stand up to the curb? Because you're trespassing.
Tom, I'm Officer Tank with the Tulare.
I understand. But see, we're here
to check on the child.
Hey,
is the child here?
Why are you here to check on her for?
Now, why are these cops stepping in so quickly now, Tiff?
I guess because a couple of caseworkers have been unalived, assaulted, but it doesn't matter. It's a civil case. They shouldn't be there. They only use them for protection.
Mm-hmm. But this cop just jumps right in and be like, "Oh, hey, Tom, you know, like he's got some stake in this game now, right? Like he just got
bullshit."
Yep.
Yeah, he needs to leave too. She was asked to leave. If she doesn't leave, he needs to arrest her for trespassing.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's what's supposed to happen. Let's see if he does.
No.
You received a report.
What report?
Hotline. The report right here.
What?
That is worried about Abigail's mental health.
When was this report taken?
The 17th of February.
Was there a criminal report taken?
No, sir.
Okay, there's Lake versus Reed and Kaysen versus Cook Supreme Court rulings. You can't be here. I want to make a police report while you're here. You're generating false documentation. I'm the parent. You guys, in Jesus' name, are here under a covenant spirit. You're not listening to the parent. Lake versus Reed, Kaysen versus Cook, Goss versus Lopez. Interpretation of the law is that you listen to the parents, not what you have reports to come out to my house and criminalize me.
She's willing to listen to you.
No, listen, no. Who I'm supposed to talk to is the district attorney and Mike Boudreaux about rape at Palo Verde School that no one did anything. And this is about 900 South Street. Now here you guys are trying to criminalize us for something that we did not do. This is something me and my family have been talking about you trying to criminalize us for something that is untrue. It's untrue.
Tom, we're not here for a criminal matter.
No, I'm telling you the truth.
Okay,
My daughter, and you guys are doing nothing about it. You're here for some reason, a social worker. You're here to listen to me of what I'm saying about my children.
I'm here to check the welfare of Abigail. That's what I'm here to do.
Oh, you're here to check the welfare?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Because of the report that we
You have no reason to check my daughter.
I do because
No, you don't. In Jesus' name, you do not.
Is your daughter here, sir?
You don't need to know where she's at. Is this a criminal matter or not?
No, sir.
Good day, Kamala Harris and Alice Delby Williams to question you to come to your house under penalty of perjury. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. No, what you guys do, you make an appointment with me. And this is what we're documenting here. See, I have documentation right here and proof for Kamala Harris and the nursing board and Alice Delby Williams that you're trespassing, ma'am. In Jesus' name, you need to get your life together. Now, are you his representation? Are you, ma'am? Are you a lesbian? I'm doing this research, ma'am. If you do not give me your address, you are violating my civil rights out here. You have no jurisdiction over my family. In Jesus' name. None of you guys do. You know what I'm talking about. My daughters were 2 times, and you guys out here trying to criminalize me? No. I don't think so. My daughters were, you guys are out here. You guys need to be getting the perpetrator. I'm the parent. What's wrong with you people? What are you guys doing? You guys come out here when my family's not here.
Hey, are you telling?
All right, Tiff, what do you say about that?
Well, he's right to a certain point. He does not need her address.
Right.
But he drove him away, and that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
And including the police. And he did it without, violence. So he did a good job.
He did a good job, but at the end there, he got a little cocky and he got a little mouthy, and he didn't. Keep yourself. Don't become the person that they're trying to make you be. Get them out of there. Use your constitution. Use the things that you need to be, but don't be the person that they're trying to make you become, that monster that they're trying to prove that you are. You know, that's all I got to say about that stuff. But he did. I mean, good for him. Absolutely good for him.
Hey, it's a farm boy. Let's talk about child slavery. Let's talk about adult slavery. Let's talk about you and what you think you are and what you might not actually be. You might not be free. Let's look at it from the standpoint of some basic common sense. There's a gentleman on TikTok and some other social platforms. His name is Antonio Ferrari. If you don't watch him, you need to watch him. The man's really sharp. He brought up a point, and I thought, you know what? That's a bigger story than that. Let's look into it a little deeper. The point he brought up was, in this country, they practice what's called the parental doctrine. That means the state's a better parent than you. And you know what? You ain't doing nothing about it. You're sitting on your ass, going to church, going to your football games, and these people are taking your kids and your neighbor's kids away from you. Well, smoke another cigarette and drink another beer and grab onto your knickers, because the farm boy is going to tell you how it really is. Let me tell you something. There's two maxims of law. One of them is partus sequenter ventrum. That's the female side. The other one is called partus sequenter patrum. That's the male side. Now, in the female maxim of law, the partus sequenter ventrum, it means the offspring follows the belly. So the condition of the mother is the condition of the child. If the mom's a slave, the child is too. You don't believe that? They brought that into play in this country. But I got to tell you what they superseded in this country to get that done. In Old England, the patrum, which was the male side, said that a child born to a free man, his child was free. That goes back to the Abraham, Isaac, and Ishmael story. Now, they would like to tell you that Hagar was a slave, a bondservant. And there might be something to that, except there's a slight flaw in that concept. The blessing to Hagar from God was he would be 10 great countries. Did it say 10 great slave countries? No, it didn't. Have they become that? Yes, they have. England divided them up in the 1800s into 10 countries. They're there. There's no denying it. Are they slaves? No, they're not. They own their own countries. Now, the Isaac story is a little bit different. He come from a royal bloodline, so he was the one who got the birthright. While his older brother from the other woman, they had to wait a little bit longer for theirs, but they still got it. But the story goes back from England, where free men, which is what the Magna Carta was all about, we will not be subject to our king. We are free men. God made us. Our Creator gave us certain endowed rights. Does that sound familiar to you? It should. It's written all over our history here in America. Now, the key to this whole thing is about those children. If the mother's a bondservant or a slave, so's the child. Born to a free man, they're free. Well, why is that significant? Well, if you start studying and looking into what the birth certificate is and how it all ties up, people will say, oh, it's this, it's that, and the other. The fact of the matter is, it's an instrument to create debits and credits. And where do they get it from? Or how do they get this here? Well, the woman is looked at as a vessel. So for those of you who studied Jordan Maxwell, you'll understand that the woman is the vessel that brings forth the child. When she delivers that child, deliver is in commerce, the vessel comes into the port, which is where you park a ship for commerce. When she hops her butt up there and throws her feet up in them stirrups and that child comes about, they promptly get her to sign a piece of paper. And in that spot, in many states, it says informant. It doesn't say parent or mother. It says informant. And there's a reason for that. Why are you creating a commercial document? Why are you doing a head count to start with is a bigger question. It's her child. Is it not? No, not at that point. You sign it off and it creates a fiction. And from that fiction, they create debits and credits. Now, this was long planned. 100 years ago, for those of you who know the Jekyll Island stories and how the Federal Reserve came about and the debits and credits and stealing our gold and silver and taking us off the metals market and putting us on the oil dollar and all that garbage. If you know how those stories all tie together, it doesn't take too much to understand that the maximum still sets. In 1662 in this country, 1662, 100 years before the Revolution, they chose the ventrum over the patrum. They had a slave woman who had a child, and they fought over it legally, and the maximum prevailed, and then went to ventrum. So the child was of a slave mother, so therefore the child had to be a slave. What a bunch of shit. Anyways, long about somewhere around the early 1900s, 1913, right in that time frame, there was an old boy named Edward Mandell House. Now, Edward Mandell House is quoted as having said something significant, but when you look it up, they say, oh, that don't exist. Well, if you read the book, Fruit of the Poisonous Tree, which was written by a Juris Doctorate, an attorney, a lawyer, he quoted Edward Mandell House as saying something significant. He told the president that when you run out of all your wealth, you can use your people to refinance everything. That might sound kind of crazy, except that's actually how we are financed, through debits and credits. It's all about paper, bonds, moving things. It's not about reality. It's just a ledger, an entry, and they put it on you. And then when you show up in these court systems, and they know this, what happens is, especially if you show up in a court system for a divorce, and that woman's pregnant, 9 times out of 10, they cannot complete the divorce until the child's brought forth. Why? Because she's the vessel, and the kid's the goods, and the judge is the one who gets to determine the values. Not you, not your husband. This whole goddess system is built on the concept of controlling people. People are the assets. So, for those of you who like to bitch like Tawana Downing about Child Protective Services and all this kind of stuff, they're right. And the Chevron case proves that point. It all needs to come crumbling down. But it's way bigger than that. If you get accused of a crime, whether you did it or not, you're considered guilty in this country. If you don't believe it, social media has caused you to believe that stuff. No one uses their head anymore and says, whoa, time out. That's a big crime. That's a terrible thing to claim about somebody. Or did anybody witness that? Did they see that? Is there any proof of that? We don't do that no more. We splash it on Facebook. We put it on the news. And we let people say all kinds of angry goofball stuff. And we all believe it. Why? Because somebody said it. Well, I said I was a millionaire every day of my life, and I'm not. So, no matter how many times you say something, doesn't make it true. It has to be true to be true. And rather than us being a country, a great country like we think we are, we say we're free. Well, what's that mean? There's 180 other countries that claim they're free. What does free mean? Everyone's got a piece of paper documented to them, and it was recognized in the trust document for trade in our Constitution. It's called in your person, your persona. It's not you. It's how you do business. And you do that connection through that birth certificate now. And you are a piece of chattel property, whether you like it or not. Your kid is a piece of chattel property. And that's why the courts and the Child Protective Services programs that the courts allow to exist, that's why they do what they do to you. Why? Because as a country, we have gotten dumber with each passing generation. I heard a documentary once said a poor man had 2 books in his life. He had a law book and he had a Bible. There's only 2 things he needed to read that got him through life. Nobody knows what the Bible says or understands it now. And nobody can read anything in law. It's so convoluted, it's catastrophically stupid. America has fallen apart. We're on our knees. We're crying. And you got all these crackpots with the MAGA flags. And of course, then before that, you had all those crackpots with the liberal flags and the Democrat flags. And, well, for the most part, they're just all a bunch of crackpots because they don't understand the only difference between the word Republican and Democrat is the spelling. They're synonyms. They're exactly the same. They're mirror images. Everybody does something stupid to get the upper hand. We have a judicial system that does exactly what it's not supposed to do. Creates the laws, enforces the laws, prosecutes the laws, adjudicates the laws, and gets its jury from its peers. They do all this. Not your peers, their peers. There's no checks and balances. The people have been taken out. Until we stand up for our common law court and get it put back in place to be the checks and balances, because whether you know it or not, The only real checks and balances in this country, the way it was designed, is we the people. And as long as we are the slaves and not the people, we will always have and continue to suffer greater and greater and greater every day. This is a farm boy. I don't care if you like what I said or not. It's still true. You can let me know what you think about it.
Tiff, we were just talking about that.
We sure were.
Mhm.
He's right.
He is right. He's very right about everything that he said. Now, you can like it or not, believe it or don't you, but I mean, that's the truth, and that's the way it is. You don't got anybody in the box. Let's keep on watching. Let's see what else we got up here.
All right.
I can't believe he threw the Channel Downing shot in there, though. That was kind of.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of CPS Exposed. And today, if you've ever felt like CPS decided who you were before you even spoke to them, this video is going to explain why. And in case you're new here, my name is Jamie, and due to false allegations by my ex-husband, I was forced into a nearly 3-year-long CPS battle for my sons, and I was able to win after close to 3 years. And now I'm a second-year law student who is dedicated to exposing CPS and to the general public and helping parents so that they understand their rights and what's really going on in their case. Today's topic is how CPS actually builds a case against you even when there's no abuse. I want to start this video by saying very clearly, especially for parents who are currently in a CPS case or who have been through one already, if you ever felt confused, if you felt like nothing you did was ever good enough for them, and if you felt like the system had already decided who you were before you ever walked into that court, that is not a personal failure. That is a structural reality. Most parents believe CPS cases are built on evidence, the way criminal cases are. They believe that if there is no abuse, no neglect, no proof, the case will eventually collapse. But CPS cases are not built that way. They are built on narratives. And once a narrative exists, everything you do gets filtered through it. So today, I'm going to explain exactly how that happens, step by step, so parents can stop blaming themselves and start understanding the system that they're actually dealing with. The first and most damaging misunderstanding parents have is assuming that CPS operates like criminal court. I've personally always said I would rather be up on felony charges in criminal court than ever in a CPS one. And here's why. Criminal court requires proof, evidence, burdens of proof, and clear standards. CPS does not. CPS is a civil and administrative system, which means it does not need to prove abuse occurred. It only needs to document that there are concerns that exist. And this is critical. A concern does not need to be proven to be real in order to be treated as valid in CPS court. So examples, a concern can be someone else's perception. A concern can be a secondhand information. A concern can be an interpretation of behavior. A concern can be something that might happen, maybe. And once it's written down, it becomes part of the official record, even if it's vague, even if it's subjective, even if it's never substantiated. And heck, even in my case, even if it's proven downright false. Parents often think, well, once they realize there's no actual abuse, this will all end. But CPS cases do not collapse from lack of abuse. They actually expand from the accumulation of concern. Now, every CPS case has a moment where the narrative is formed. Sometimes it's early, sometimes it's subtle, and sometimes parents never even realized it happened. So examples, the initial report, the first home visit, the first interview, the first emotional reaction. And this is why a lot of times you'll hear people say, don't even interact with them, so that these can't exist. But once CPS decides that there might be a safety concern, everything that follows gets interpreted through that lens. This is confirmation bias. Confirmation bias means the system begins looking for information that supports that concern, not information that disproves it. In fact, they don't like information that disproves it. They hate it. I saw it in my case. And here's where parents get trapped. Neutral behavior completely disappears. So once that narrative exists, there is no neutral way to behave. For examples, calm to them will seem detached. Emotional to them will be deemed unstable. Quiet to them will be taken as withdrawn. Talkative to them will be defensive. Asking questions, you're resistant. Agreeing, that's not enough. Parents often say, what did they even want from me? I'm doing everything. What do you want? And the answer is predictability, not perfection. The system doesn't reward nuance. It rewards behavior that fits its expectations. And that's why parents feel like they're failing at something no one explained. CPS does not rely heavily on facts. It relies heavily on language. Pay attention to these words: appeared, seemed, reported, noted, observed, concerned. These words allow CPS to document impressions without proving anything. Examples are: parent appeared overwhelmed, child seemed anxious, home appeared cluttered. None of these are facts. They are interpretations. But once they're written in professional language, they feel factual, especially to judges. So parents speak emotionally. CPS writes critically. Examples: I was overwhelmed. They'll report, parent reports inability to cope. I was scared. Parent reports, they'll write, parent appeared anxious and dysregulated. A parent might say, I didn't understand. CPS will say, parent provided inconsistent responses. A parent might say, I was frustrated. CPS will document, parent displayed emotional instability. What disappears in translation is your intent. What remains is the most concerning interpretation. Parents assume clarification will fix this, but it usually doesn't, because the narrative is already forming against you. And here's the most ironic part: good parents are often the ones who struggle more in CPS cases. It's proven. And why? They explain more, they self-reflect out loud, they take responsibility for emotions, and they assume honesty equals safety. But CPS documentation doesn't reward insight, it rewards consistency. Parents who try to be understood often give the system more language to work with against them. CPS cases don't usually rely on one big allegation. They rely on stacking concerns. So let's explain stacking. The same concern repeated in multiple reports. Same interpretation cited by different providers, often ones they hire and work with, right? And same language appearing across documents. And they do this on purpose. Repetition creates the weight. Something doesn't need to be true to feel significant. It just needs to be repeated enough. Parents often say CPS made them feel crazy. That's because parents are living reality, and CPS is documenting interpretation. When those don't match, parents assume they're the problem. You're not imagining the disconnect. You're experiencing it. Understanding this doesn't mean CPS is always malicious, although I've seen them be a lot of times. It means the system is designed to document risk, avoid liability, and protect itself, not to validate parents. And once you understand that, you stop trying to win emotionally, and you start protecting yourself strategically. If you take nothing else from this video, I want you to remember this. You're not just parenting during a CPS case. You are being interpreted all the time. And interpretation is power. CPS cases are not about who you are. They're the story that is being written about you, no matter how far from reality it actually is. Understanding that won't erase the harm, but it gives parents something the system relies on them not having: clarity. So again, this isn't about being a bad parent or a good parent. It's about understanding the system. Have you ever felt any of this resonate in your case? Comment in my section, let me know. And also you can DM me, and if I can get to you, I have thousands in my DM right now, but I will certainly try to get back to you. Connect with other parents, build a support system. You are not alone. There are hundreds of thousands who have gone through what you're going through, and you're not crazy. The system is literally designed to break you down and traumatize you more, so they can use your own natural trauma responses against you to take your children and justify the narrative that's being written about you. And once I realized what they were doing, it made me stop reacting so emotionally. And I hope it can for you as well. So continue to like, share, save, engage, post, and comment. And I hope that this is helpful to some of you guys, because that's all I'm trying to do is give you some education that you can use to help you in your own case. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day and stay strong. Hello, and
the beast is that Derek talks about all the time. That's the beast.
Yep.
That's it. That's what Derek says. That's what he talks about.
Yeah, we need to get Derek on.
Yeah, where the hell is Derek? Where is Derek been? All right, we got time for one more. Let's see what we got. Erica, I see what you're writing there too. Hold on, we'll get one more out, and then let me address your stuff here.
All right, TikTok. Today I want to do little short video about getting or receiving a reason to believe for neglect or abuse from Child Protective Services. It's called different things in different states, but in Texas, here in Texas, it's called reason to believe for neglect or abuse. Okay, you'll get a letter. It'll give you instructions and also notify you that you received this finding from CPS. It's not from a judge or jury. It's just from CPS saying something happened, thinking that you might have committed some type of neglect or abuse, right? So it'll have instructions on how to dispute it. You want to dispute this, because if you don't, then you basically just roll over and allow your name and this finding to be in a statewide database that can be seen by schools and employers, and it can follow you, and it will follow you for the rest of your life. So you want to fight these things. You want to get an attorney to help you build the most sophisticated defense possible, and part of that is requesting the case file and getting all the evidence, all the things that they looked at and made their decision upon. And again, if you don't fight it, it stays there permanent, and you let CPS basically control, their write the story for you. You have a right to give your version of events and to attack their reasoning and purposes as to why they gave a reason to believe. Okay? So, thanks for listening, and thanks for your continued interest in all the videos that we upload on this platform.
Are you a parent who is going up against CPS without a lawyer? Here are some motions you need to keep in mind as you proceed. So save this video so that you can reference this throughout your trial. 1. Motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction. Ask the court to dismiss the case because CPS didn't follow proper legal steps to gain authority over your child. When to use? If CPS removed your child without a valid court order or a warrant, the entire case may be dismissed. Also, a motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim. CPS must provide specific facts showing abuse or neglect. This motion challenges vague or unsupported allegations. When to use this when CPS only claims your house was, quote, messy or unsafe without showing actual harm. Next, and my favorite, motion to compel discovery. Yes, you do have a right to your CPS file. Demand CPS produce all records, recordings, reports, and communications related to your case. Use this when CPS refuses to turn over evidence or delays sharing your case files. Next, motion for protective order. Limit CPS's discovery requests to only relevant information. When to use this? Use this when CPS demands overly personal or irrelevant information, such as unrelated medical or mental health records. Next, motion for continuance. When to use this if CPS dumps new documents or evidence on you right before court. Motion in limine, I don't know how to say that right, to exclude evidence. Ask the judge to block certain evidence or testimony before it's introduced into court. When to use this to prevent irrelevant or prejudiced information like gossip or unrelated allegations. Next, motion for judicial notice. Ask the court to recognize established facts or laws without needing proof. When to use? Use this to make the court acknowledge legal standards, like the requirement that CPS make, quote, reasonable efforts to prevent removal. Next, motion for reconsideration. Request the judge to review or challenge or change a previous ruling due to error or new evidence. When to use? Use this to correct judicial mistakes or preserve issues for appeal. Next, motion to vacate or set aside judgment. Ask the court to undo an order or judgment entered by fraud, mistake, or lack of jurisdiction. When to use this when CPS obtained an order based on false information or improper procedures. Motion to strike hearsay or improper evidence. Request that the court remove unreliable testimony or reports from the record. When to use this to challenge CPS reports based solely on third-hand statements or rumors. Some bonus motions also that every parent should know. Motion to compel visitation. For CPS to comply with court-ordered scheduled visitations. Motions for sanctions. Ask the court to penalize CPS for violating court orders or withholding evidence. Motion for summary judgment. Ask the court to dismiss the case early if the facts clearly show no abuse or neglect. Why these motions matter. Every motion you file strengthens your case and protects your constitutional rights. Filing motions forces CPS to follow the law and reveal their evidence, preserves issues for appeal, and builds a written record of agency misconduct, shows the judge you are informed, prepared, and serious about due process. Will these motions get you anywhere? I don't know. It's different everywhere. It's going to be an uphill battle, but you file them anyway because of everything that we just said. It shows that it shows your agency. You're preserving your record for appeal. You're creating a record that you know what you're talking about and that you've taken all the steps necessary to protect yourself. So once again, save this video, go back to these. If you have any questions about specific ones that I've mentioned or want more information, just say so in the comments. I'd be happy to elaborate. Are you a parent who is going up?
That was good information on that. That's a good spot.
Yeah, we need to get her on the show too.
Yeah, I think that's Betsy McGrath. I believe that's who that is. We've been trying to.
Yeah, wait.
Okay. We'll get her in here. That was a lot of good information right there. So I suggest that you guys maybe rewind this after the show and watch some of this over and take some notes because there's a lot of good stuff in there. Erica, let's see what you got going on here. So she says, so I talked to the parental support specialist today. Again, he's still saying that he was hurt from the other day when I spoke the truth. And I told him that I do not have any regrets on what she said. I will stand with what I have said. I will never take back what I've said to him. He said that he completely understands and that he knows that I'm a fighter, especially for my children, and I need to continue to fight. Don't never stop fighting. Then she said, I found out why they will not let go outside of the building to do my supervised visitations. They are afraid that I will run with my children and disappear, but I have supervised visitation. That makes no sense. They also want my boyfriend, father of my two children, to be completely out of the picture. No contact or anything that involves him.
Why?
Right. Why is it?
Why?
I mean, that's what they do. That's the game that they play.
Yeah.
And it is funny too. You know, you're supposed to have these visits with your children, and it's supposed to be the least. What's the word? The least
stressful.
Right. It's supposed to be the most natural way of putting it in a setting. You know, like the most natural setting that you can put these kids in. And they end up putting you in these strip mall back rooms like you're in a janitor's closet, you know, and you can't bring anything. You can't do this and you can't do that. And, you know, you're supposed to just sit there with your kid for an hour and a half just staring at them. You know, don't bring any toys. Don't bring any food. Don't bring any this. Don't bring any that. They can't bring anything home with them. Don't bring them a gift. Don't do that. And that's all bullshit. It's all bullshit, you know. And these are things that we've got to fight and try to change or just get them the hell out of here because they don't belong. These are our kids, and we got to keep fighting for them. Well, Tiff, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Thank you. Same to you.
We'll see everybody tomorrow.
Yes, we will. Call that girl. I sent you her phone number.
I will do that. All right, everybody. Have a good night.
Desde Maine hasta el cielo, Tiff y el castigador. ¡Feliz 5 de Mayo! ¡Vamos a luchar por las familias!
In the pine trees of Maine, where the cold winds blow, Tiff y el Punisher rising, listos para el show.
CPS, corruptos, stealing kids in the night. Pero nosotros gritamos, no more lies, no more fright.
From Portland harbors to the lakes up north, valientes en la lucha, we stand strong back and forth.
El castigador with justice in his eyes.
Tiff leading the fight under these northern skies. Tiff y el Punisher, fighting for our families con honor y poder.
5 de Mayo spirit flowing through our veins.
Abolish CPS.
In Maine we break the chains.
Órale familia.
Que viva la libertad.
Tiff and the Punisher.
La verdad triunfará. Children taken unjustly. combatiendo la corrupción from door to door.
Mariachis tocando, el ritmo never stops, like Pancho Villa con el fuego que no se apaga.
Podcast en rallies,
Armas de la verdad,
reuniting family.
esa es la realidad.
Por los niños inocentes, por la justicia we demand. 5 de mayo reminds us.
El pueblo nunca se rinde, mi hermano.
From the coast of Maine to every town and farm.
Tiff y el castigador.
We sound the alarm.
Ay, ay, ay. Tiff y el Punisher, fighting for our families con honor y poder.
5 de mayo, spirit flowing through our veins.
Abolish CPS.
In Maine we break the chains.
Órale, familia.
Que viva la libertad.
Tiff and the Punisher.
La triunfará. Viva Tiff, viva el Punisher.
A las familias en Maine.
5 de mayo forever.
In this fight we remain.
We know it's all about the money, we know they lie, we know this is corruption. Does CPS know what they are doing to the children?